As of recording, it's currently 6:47 in the morning. Glam is having his morning coffee. Nice. So guys, today's list is going to range from the likes of Gideon to the likes of Tarful. We're going to be going over characters who I think should be fast in the game. Now, not all of them you will agree with, and if you don't agree, make sure to let me know in the comments. Because if you don't comment it, guys, then I will never know who you thought should make the list. Alright guys, so what I've done is every single character has the number. This number is the average speed for Kaiba. Just remember guys, it's an average. It doesn't mean that speed is correct. I'll try my best to explain why each character should be this speed, and hopefully I convince you guys that you should have these characters fast. Right guys, so moving on to the beginning of the list, we have Gideon. The average speed in Kaiba is 335. Now why do you want Gideon to be fast? There's two reasons here. The first is he has a TM removal, guys, and that is on his control the situation. It's going to remove TM. And the second thing is, the first time he takes a turn, he's going to inflict Demoralized, and that is minus 50% offense, crit chance, and crit damage. This alone, guys, is definitely worth having Gideon fast, because you're going to be reducing the damage early on in the battle. Not to mention, you can reduce turn meter and dominate that way. Now the second character on the list is actually going to be Bad Batch Echo. He comes in at an average of 328, and you're going to want him to be fast because he has the buff Dispel. This also gives you turn meter. It's kind of self-explanatory. And then we have Admiral Piet. That's good coffee, guys. So Admiral Piet, you want him to be fast. You can see mine's 341, well above the average. The average for Piet is going to be 326. And again, he's going to be fast because you want to be running him with Imperial Troopers, and normally you want him to go in first. Now, if you have Gideon, you can save some mods, make Gideon super fast and just run Piet with him, but then that limits you to using Gideon with Troopers. What I like to do as well is sometimes put Piet in with Lord Vader, and having Piet 330 or above is going to help shut down JMK counters and Fennec counters, because Piet's going to go first and he's going to be marking Lord Vader, making things a lot more difficult. The next character on the list, and the fastest by far on average, is actually going to be Commander Ahsoka. Now she has a TM swap, she also has an insta-kill, that is why you want her so fast. And a lot of people are modding her to be very quick so that you can go before Maul does and before he pushes back cooldowns, and you can insta-kill out of the gate. That's why people do it. It makes a lot of sense to have a fast average of 345. Next up, we have Resistance Hero Finn. I feel like this is way too slow. The average is only 314. If you want your Zori team to dominate and not get beaten by troopers, you need your Finn to outspeed their Piet or Gideon. Now remember guys, Zori is giving 35 speed to the Resistance team, whereas Veers only gives 20. So as long as you're 16 speed faster than the enemy team, or 16 speed slower should I say, you're going to be going ahead of them, because you're going to gain more speed in the unique from Zori than they gain in the lead, and you should go first, and that's going to shut down troopers. So that's why you want Finn to be really fast. Honestly guys, you can see I've got him in the 350 range. That's around about where I'd say you want him. A high-end Kaiba, but honestly 330 is the benchmark. The next character on the list is going to be Mara Jade. It's self-explanatory, guys. She gained so much turn meter, she gets the team rolling, and she gains 70 speed from that sweet Starkiller unique. That's why you want her in there. Average 332. I feel like that is a really good aim to have Mara at. Honestly guys, if you get to 330, you're set. You don't really need to go any higher, you don't really need to go any lower. Aim for 330. Right, next one guys, low average for Kaiba, and it's because not many people have him at relics, but it is Paploo, and Paploo needs to be fast if you have an Ewok team because of his unique. His unique is going to be making it so he gains 25% speed whenever he does not have taunt. Now he does not pre-taunt, so he starts at 25% extra speed, so if you can get your Paploo to around about 270 to 280 speed, you are going to be coming out in Grand Arena with 337. You then add on the 30 speed from the Omicron if you have Chief Chirper, and now you're at 367, and it's very important for TM trains. So Paploo, if you have some Ewoks, should be on your list of fastest characters. Alright guys, so the next character on the list is actually going to be Darth Revan. Darth Revan's a bit of a funny one. I don't think he should be as fast as he's made out to be, but I'm still going to leave him on this list because for 99% of players watching this, you're going to want Darth Revan to be pretty fast. Now, Darth Revan doesn't need as much speed when he's with Malgus, but if you're going to run Darth Revan lead or Darth Revan in general, you're going to want him quite fast. The average is 329. I feel like that's about the sweet spot, but you can drop him to 310 to 315 if you're going to run higher offense sets on him. The next character on the team is going to be Count Dooku. Again, I feel like 304 is a little bit slow for this guy. I feel like he should be 320-ish at the high levels of Kyber. And this is because of his special, guys. What it's going to be doing is giving everyone stealth. That's amazing. And then it's also going to be making it so you give Separatist allies 15% turn meter. Getting a train rolled. Having a fast Dooku is pivotal in a trench team because it's really when you see the team come to life when everyone's under stealth. The next character on the list is a little bit of a weird one, guys. It's Iden. Now, Iden, if you're not going to run her with Veer's troopers, you do not need speed. But if you want to be beating Lord Vader consistently with troopers, you want Iden to be faster than Piett. Now, why do I say this? If your Iden is crazy fast, she will cleanse the buffs, the days, and all of a sudden, the TM train starts. And that's how you beat Lord Vader in the current meta with Imperial troopers. So for that reason, Iden makes the list. Now, the next character on the list is 7th Sister, the first of the Inquisitors, and I think it's the only of the Inquisitors we're going to be showing today. And she should be fast because she has buff removal, TM removal, days, you name it, she has it. And I feel like 318 is a pretty reasonable speed to be aiming for. The next one on the list is a slower character on average. It is R2. If you want to be running Leia on offense, or defense even, you're going to want R2 to be quite fast here, and the reason for this is he can get out that stealth very early on. That completely changes battles, because if you can't target Leia, you have to target other people, mastery starts increasing and decreasing, and you kind of get screwed. So having R2 very fast is amazing. And the next one, Saw Gerrera. I'm going to be real, guys, lots of people aren't modding him correctly. You want him to be fast. And why is it? If you have his Grand Arena Omicron, guys, he is going to be gaining a decent amount of speed. He starts with speed up. So if you can get him to around about 300 speed, and then he gains to 375, and that's going to be making him go before everyone. You've seen on my streams, guys, I've been beating Zori teams for max banners with Saw, and a reason being he's just naturally very fast. He goes out, pushes back cooldowns, removes buffs, yada yada yada, insanely good. You want him to be quick if you use him. If you don't use him, ignore him, don't worry about him. The next on this list is another character who's a little bit too slow for my liking, and that is Jawa Engineer. Now, Jawa Engineer is a bit of a funny one again. If you don't have Jawas up and running, why would you want him to be fast? I mean, base 185 on average, it seems a little bit low. The reason you want him to be fast is all because of his unique. Crunch time, he's going to gain 10 speed for each Jawa or droid, taking him up to plus 50 in GAC in 5v5, and if you have him fast like I do, you can outspeed almost any team that Jawas can beat, and he gives turn meter on his crit chance up, on his recalibrate, and this turn meter is enough to give you the turn, get the taunt off, get the stealth on the engineer scavenger even, and that's going to be enough to get the win. So you want him to be fast if you're running Jawas. Now the last two are pretty simple, guys. You knew it was coming. We have Captain Rex as the first one, and he should be very fast. 327 is a good speed for him. You want it to be fast for a lot of counters, especially Lord Vader Reaver and Reaver Inquisitors. And the second is Captain Rex, because obviously he's getting a lot of speed from the 501st, and you want him to be fast as well. Now guys, this list is my idea for the top speed characters you should be using. However, there are some notable mentions, and these characters I've also listed the speeds for. I just don't think they need to be as fast as the other characters in the list. But we have Tech coming in at 271. The reason you want him to be fast is just so he can loop with Echo, because if that doesn't happen, you can get a little bit screwed. The second is Maul, because the quicker Maul goes, the better. If he's very slow, someone can take bounty hunters in and they can beat Maul before he even takes a turn. We also have Jedi Knight Revan. I left him out of the list because he gains so much passive speed. I don't think it's a must-have to have him this fast. I think 300 speed's fine for most of us playing. However, it can't go without mentioning he could have made this list. The next one is Bush Leia Organa, or Bush Leia for sure, and she should be pretty fast. The only reason I left her out of the list is because I'm seeing some people go for offense heavy sets rather than the speed sets. And honestly, if you can get to about 300 speed, she's fine. but some people, like myself, like to have a 330 or higher. I think it's just personal preference. The next one on the list is going to be Tarkor. Now, he makes this list because he is naturally a very fast character. He's coming in at, I think he's like base 180 or 170 something, but then he gains 20 speed from his unique, and then that's just enough to tip him over. So if you make him very fast, the Wookiees start ramping quicker, he gets torn up and everything like that. He also has that Dispel. He's nice to have very fast, guys. And the last character on the list is going to be Dash. Guys, Dash is in there for the same reason as Tarkor. He's just a nice one to have. If you get lucky, he's going to go first, he's going to daze everyone. But I just think in the current meta, he shouldn't be as quick as I would like. I still think Dash is up there, but today he only makes the notable mentions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. And I hope you guys have a glowing day.